Hello everybody, Gerone Wright here, and once again you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel here on YouTube. In this video we're at Machu Picchu, the Peruvian ancient sky city, and you see it being pictured here. Okay, as you are aware through my many other videos, 500 plus videos that I have here on YouTube, that I am paranormally drawn to such ancient locations, and subsequently as a result what happens is that I'm able to bring you new and fascinating information about these locations which otherwise no one has ever known even ever existed. Okay, in my most recent videos I've been making a series of exposures about how our ancestors left their markings in a megalithic sense on these mountainsides. And if you have like an acute dimensional sense of awareness about who you truly are and where you evolved from, you become somewhat linked or conscientious of these drawings. And they're like a collage, like a maze, which are encoded into the designs of the mountains, or to the texturing of the mountains, and it creates these lines have symmetry to them. And if you open up your mind and your eyes, you can actually bring a motion picture into play of these locations and these markings that our ancestor left behind. Our ancestors were reptilians, okay? Reptilians that drew and created and sculpted through the eyes in a sense of in the way that a reptile would. The way that a fly has this many variations of vision, this multi-layered vision. And this is how this art was created. It's not encoded. It's the way they were created by the designs of these creatures' hands and eyes, which were very different from us. And hundreds and thousands of years, maybe even millions of years ago, because the history of our reptilian ancestors are not even included in our own very own history. Now, it's my position that these reptilians evolved out of the ocean and onto land through a sequential and intelligent sequential order of creation, evolution of our creation, which is a continued evolutionary pattern which happens today, but today is happening secretly through ancient-rooted religion and ancient-rooted royalty. They are furthering these occult practices with almost in a genocide sense today. This practice, which genetically bridges over one form of mankind with another and creates beings in a quest to escape, should I say, a pattern of extinction which has always been with our kind and our kind before. It's my position that we were once dinosaurs. We evolved through the dinosaurs, and dinosaurs did not go extinct, but we actually evolved into this intelligent state of being, which we are, and which in fact allows me to give you this video today. The reason why no one has never seen this, maybe a handful of select people have ever probably experienced this or imagined this, is the reason why you never see it's because we have been given this illusion that we miraculously appeared on this planet through some type of divine sense of way. And then for those of you that don't believe that, there is this chemistry that they want you to believe that aliens mysteriously flew in and created us and then flew out and left no evidence of this, which is all a bunch of monarchy in both senses, if you ask me, the miraculously sense and the alien sense. Everything that we are, all of the tools that we need to understand who we are is right here. It's within our planet. All you have to do is open up your minds to the elements, to the world that is around you, and the truth would be known. All right, this is Machu Picchu. These are mountains behind. This is Machu Picchu, which is the first picture, the one here. Then you have another mountain here, which spans out. Then there's another one right here. I'm going to be drawing your attention to this mountain back here. It's amazing because most eyes are drawn to this one up here, but minds are drawn to this one back here. This entire mountain is a carving. The entire mountain is a carving back here. Can you see it first? Yeah, you can see it. Let me put my stick on it right there. It's a carving. I see the entire body of what a creature that almost resembles the likeness of a pig. The entire mountain resembles the body of a pig. Now, why a pig? Well, I know the evolution of the pig just like I know the evolution of our own kind. But keep in mind, people, that the pig is one of the creatures of our world that has a very close in likeness heart to that of mankind. So this creature is a form or a branch of that of the same creation pattern of how mankind was created. That creature pretty much has our heart, and in fact they use its heart in experiments, implant experiments, to where their heart is actually put into our bodies. I know why those hearts are rejected, and I know some other things that I'm not inclined to speak about right at this point. But this is just to let you know that you should not be stunned that I would say that there is a pig there. Then there's this other association with the pig where a person is glutton, or where a female is called a pig. And it's ironic because in all my discoveries, and there's many involving the pig, in all my discoveries, there is the presence of a woman, just like that of which would be the ape as well too. But you ever heard of that sense of the female pig, and how there was this negative terminology used with there is this comparison of a woman to a pig, or a dog, a female bitch, a dog. You know, there's a woman back here, and she covenants this whole pig's head. Her face is right there. Okay, I'm going to bring in, I have a closer image. Her face is right there. And she has on almost like a veil that what you would see an Egyptian wear. She's covered in this veil of what you would actually see Muslim women wear, covering their heads up, or what you would see nuns in Christianity covering their heads up. She has on there's her crown there, there's her face. She has between the face of an African and a monkey, but this is a reptilian woman. Which brings me to this discovery which I am making here today. This entire mountain back here, this glyph on these mountains, are actually disclosing to me the existence of our reptilian ancestors, which came before that of blacks, which created blacks, and which gave blacks the intelligence to reinvent themselves into every other civilization that is here in our world today, ending with that of Caucasians. Which I am stating is on the last leg of those creations. However, but not, and it's continuing. It's just what's going on currently. This is where we're at currently. That Caucasians are the last to be created from these gene splicings, and which they are secretly splicing now to create others. Now, if this all sounds like a bunch of monarchy, well, Caucasians were created through a sequence of genetic splicings with animals, which included cats, lions, tigers. Okay? This is the reason why you can look into the faces of Caucasians and equate them with lions. The hair, the eyes. Look at the different eyes, the green eyes, the blue eyes. Each and every eye pattern that Caucasians have today can be equated with that of a creature in the wild. This is because they were created off of blacks and off of reptiles and other civilizations, the Egyptians and many others, through a sequence of genetic bridgings with these animals, which broke down and subsequently overpowered the genes of the ancient reptile and of the ancient blacks, and created this new wave of beings with these blonde hair, red hair, and blue eyes. Now, I'm going to bring you to this mountain. Let me bring you into this mountain. I don't want to get too carried away here. You can possibly see some head carvings there. No, I'm too far away. Let me bring in a closer. I have a closer image. I'm going to take you through some images. I had fun with this here. Let me show you this here first. This is another picture of Machu Picchu here. Machu Picchu. And in this picture, I see a woolly mammoth, and I actually gave it that woolly mammoth to look there. You see that? But this is not what I'm actually talking about. I had some fun with that there. And there's also another being up in there. But this is what Machu Picchu. Now look at this here. Look at the image without my drawings on there. You can actually see the body of an elephant. You can see the elephant ears. You can see the elephant's trunk. At the center of the forehead of the elephant, there is a head carving of a being right there in the crown, right there. And then the trunk goes over to another head, which is hanging off to the cliff here. And this is what I see, and that's how I arrived at making this drawing so you can see a woolly mammoth. And it's amazing because with all of the vegetation on there, it actually appears to be a woolly mammoth minus the creature's tusk and its eyes. But let me keep going. Okay, that was the last bit. I got to go back the other way. I'm going in the wrong direction. I'm going to show you this reptilian civilization of people that I've discovered and their likenesses. Likenesses like you never saw before. Okay, here are some of my rough drawings here. And I have to go away from that because you really can't see nothing there. But I'm gonna bring in another. Let me bring in another picture. But there's lips, an eye, head. There's other beings there. I have to. Now, why did my arrows go away here? You know, something must not want me to show these images today. All right, let me go to this one. All right, here. There you go. Look right here. First of all, I'm going to show you the furthest away one. Look back here. There's a chin. There's a tooth. There's an open mouth. There's a nose. There's an eye. There's a crown. And right in here is a face. There's even horns sticking out of the face in the rock. There's a carving of a face. Right. Oh, you can see that perfectly. Look. Look at that. Again, there's a chin. There's an open mouth. There's a nose. There's an eye. And then there's a face of a reptilian being right here. But it gets better. Because if you look right here, here's a female. That's a male. Here's a female right here. Now this is an entire mountain that we're talking about. Man, remember, then I described this as being like the state of a pig's head. And this is the pig's body. Here's the female at the head of the pig, and her head would be the would-be ear of this pig that I am describing. There's her chin. There's her mouth. Look at her lips. The bottom lip. Look at the top. Look at the reptilian scales right here. Through there. Look at the reptilian scales, people, that creates her mouth. Look. There's her cheekbone. There's her eye. Here's her forehead. She's wearing some sort of crown. And here's all of the headdressing that she's wearing. It almost creates and makes her look, I can draw this out, makes her almost looks Egyptian, of what you would expect for an Egyptian to be looking like, except this is a reptilian woman. Take a good look at that. Take a good look at that. So, people, this is an entire mountain on a megalithic scale. You're talking about miles in diameter and in height and in width here. This is on a large scale. This is the entire top of one of the mountains at in Peru at Machu Picchu. But look at this. Look again, because you can see this very good. There's the chin, there's the lips, there's the nose, there's an eye, and it's the face of a reptilian woman that once existed long ago. Look at this. Now there is some that I have to show you now. There's not just one, but there's two faces. In fact, there's more than that. You have this guy here. Look at this reptilian guy. Can I bring that in closer for you? Let me see if I can bring that in closer for you so you can get a good look at that. Let me bring that in closer. Look at this, people. This is a mountain. Look. I don't want to overdo it. Chin, mouth, eye, eyebrow, ear. In the ear, there's another being. And this is another thing that is incorporated in art today that Da Vinci, Michelangelo, and many others incorporated in their artwork. Those that, in this hidden knowledge of the art world, that knew some of this information, but not this here, of course, that the ear of this woman here has a woman that creates her ear that has a helmet on it. There's her chin, her mouth, her nose, her eye, and she has headwear, which this should be the lobe of the ear, and it's actually a helmet on this woman's head. So you have this woman here, people, with this reptilian face. She has a woman that creates her ear right there. Chin, mouth, nose, eye. So hold on. Chin, mouth, that's the top lip area, nose, eye, and headwear, and going into the helmet of this reptilian here. Look at this. All in the mountain. Now, the guy that I showed you back here, this reptilian guy, right here. Now, I want to show you something that is absolutely amazing. Okay, I might be too close for you to see that reptilian guy now. Oh, there you go here. Remember when I told you where his chin is at right here? Here's his chin. There's his tooth. And I can draw this guy out perfectly. He's like a gill man. There's this reptilian skin hanging that's carved into the mountains. He has a reptilian nose, and I can see a crown, his eye. He has a custom crown on, people, that I could actually see, that I can draw right here. I don't know if you can see. There's a custom made crown that this creature has on his head. But check this out, because it gets better. Now, reptilians, there was a reptilian ape. You never heard nobody discuss about a reptilian ape until now. I think the closest thing that comes to it today that I would like to describe as a reptilian ape is a mandarin ape. But there's also another reptilian ape. And how you know I'm close to everything that I am stating, because in the tombs of the kings, in the Valley of the Kings, you see that there's these markings on the wall that apes are green. People, that right there in itself solidifies and confirms everything that I'm stating, that these apes evolved from a reptilian state. They're telling you in these paintings, in the Egyptian petroglyphs, that these apes are green because they were once reptiles. They evolved from the reptilians. And this is why you have all of these things. But the twist on all of this is that scientists and theorists have turned this thing into talking about aliens on you. These reptiles, these reptilians, we evolved through. There's that bridge, that gap, that missing gap is the evolution of our kind through the dinosaur, out of the ocean and through the dinosaur. And that gap is now filled because we know where we came from thanks to my findings. People, you see this reptilian man right here? See his tooth right there? See that open mouth right there? You see the open mouth? There's his nose. You see all the skin off his face? There's his eye right there. Here's his headwear. Well, where his jawline is, right here. You see his jawline right here? His jawline comes down, and it creates a face of an ape, which is here. It shows the reptilian man, then it shows the ape here, and then it shows another man down here, showing you all three different likenesses of mankind, which evolved from reptilian. You have the reptilian being here, ape is in here, and then you have another man here, and all of their faces are morphing each other right there. Here's the funny lips of the ape right here. Look, you see that wiggly line right here? That's the mouth of the ape, the reptilian ape. There's his chin. His nostrils is in here, and his eyes is in the mouth, are created by the mouth of this reptilian being. Look, if you take off the top head portion of that reptilian being right there, it goes at his mouth, you have the full face of an ape right here. Look, right there is the full face. Oh, okay, hold on. Right here's the full face of that open mouth of the reptilian guy, which creates the eyes of the ape, the nostrils, a reptilian ape. Here's the reptilian ape. People, when I tell you that the lips are distinctive of an ape, they have, let me see if I can bring that in closer for you so you can see the lip, the ridges in the lips and everything. Look, I'm going to see if I can bring that in close for you. Look at that. I'm not talking about just the top and bottom lip. I'm talking about the actual, I can draw you a perfect mouth of an ape and a face of an ape from this right here. And then the ape's mouth coming down, you see what this is? It creates the face of another man, and the ape's mouth open, there's another set of eyes, and a man that's and the likeness of what we recognize of mankind today is right here. So you have three beings. Let me take this pasty off. You have a reptilian being. Look at the other man's face down here. Its eyes are created, and it has a helmet right there, and its eyes are created in the mouth of the ape. This is how mind-boggling this is. And this is why stuff like this could never be realized before, because you know why? Because you don't know who you are and how you were created, and you never knew that our ancestors left this behind for us. Look at how this woman here, you can almost see her crown right here. You see that? And there's more. Let me keep going. There's more. There's more. Let me go the right direction. Because this woman, okay, this is how I brought the picture up into showing you that the mountain is back there. Hold on. I'm going to show you something else about this. I may have to create a slideshow too with this talk video so you can, come on, how come this is, okay. There is one highlight I have there where this woman, this reptilian woman, this almost looks like writing in her hair, which creates her crown here. When I tell you that this drawing does nothing for her, because those reptilian lips, you can actually draw a lizard-like face for this woman, because all of the symmetry in the side of the mountain, all you have to do, and you don't have to exaggerate no lines, all you have to do is just touch up the lines and you have a face of a reptilian woman. Okay, notice that I outlined her ear. You can still see that face in there where her ear is. Look, the chin, the mouth, the nose of that woman that's right there, showing you what came beyond from this creature. Notice how she has seemingly a garment which covers her chest area. Here, down here, I found that in all of these monumental markings, there's something like a flower which is at the chest right there. See my other videos, people. Alright, I'm going to show you something else, because there's something else in here that is amazing that you must see. I have it too far out. Remember when I told you that this whole mountain is seemingly a pig? Here, I have a head of a dinosaur drawn off on this angle. Where that woman is at, there is a head of a dinosaur which is facing down towards us. I even put the eye there. I'm probably too far away for you to see. I can probably come in closer to give you more of a... But morphing all of those other images that I told you is a head of a dinosaur. There's also a head of a dragon, which I can probably bring you in a closer up image. I'm going to get out of this further away shot because I know it doesn't do nothing for you. And let me keep going here, because I have an image that... Okay, there are some of my drawings there. And you can see the head at a distance. I'm going to bring it in closer to show you what it looks like from what you see. That's what you have to look for. Look at that, people. All right, there's more. I'll probably have to put more in writing. How many minutes? I'm still... Okay, we're good. Okay, here's the woman again up closer. Let me back off. Look at this. Look at her face, people. Look at that. I have it cut in and highlighted. I have it cut around her lips, around her chin, and around her nose. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Look at that. An entire mountain shows you a civilization of people that we never even knew about. Well, I knew about, but you didn't know about. A reptilian woman. That's what she is. And there's a bunch of other things that are there that I could show you, but I didn't want to overdo it, because if I can get carried away with this all day. But here, this is what I want to show you. Right here. Look at this reptilian woman. The scales on her face, I am not exaggerating nothing. And you know how the Egyptians have this big gold like chest flask going around their chest and hanging around, and then they have their headpiece coming down? This looks identical to that, except for the fact that this is a two-headed serpent that is hanging around her neckline, showing you that she evolved out of these two creatures the cause for her existence. These two creatures cause for her existence, and she's wearing them around her neck, showing you in this glyph of images, this wonderful maze of images, this dimensional maze of images, showing you how she was created and what was branched off of her. But it even gets better, because off to the side of her is the head of the dragon-like creature here that I told you about. Now, mind you, that she's on top of what I'm describing in this mountain as being that of a pig, and her face is right at the ear of where the would-be pig's ear would be. The pig's head would be over here. But check this out. But also coming down in this direction right here, right there, which I do not have highlighted right here. This is the nose right here of a dinosaur. Right? It comes down. I can draw you a perfect dinosaur right here. This is the nose area right here. I don't know if you can see the scale. You could probably see the scale. Yeah, you can see this. You can even see, like, this would be, think of this as the nostril. Look at all of the scales here. And this would be the mouth area. This is the head of a dinosaur here that is encoded right there in the rock. There's the mouth. There's the nose, and it's underneath this. So this image, people, is like looking at a dimensional TV that your eyes can focus through and see each one of these images which describe something. I know you see my little monkey right here. All right, I'm gonna keep going so I can get out of here. I'm gonna put this on a video here and get going. All right. I got through the best of this. I'll put some more in writing, people. Okay. Over here. Look. Notice that she is here. Doesn't this look beautiful, people? Look at this. Look at her. Look at that. In Peru. Peru don't even know about this. Look at it. When I release this video, this is going to be the first time that this was ever discovered. Look. Look at this. Look at that mouth right there, that reptilian mouth. Here's the mountain up in front. There's also symmetry and design and custom carvings within that as well too. Here's another being with a helmet like on, and it has, you see all of these carvings in this helmet this guy is wearing right here? This is not exaggerated. These are markings, ancient markings in this guy's headwear that he has on, showing you creatures. I even should have put a line coming around there to create his mouth line, because it's all of this is here. You can draw perfect pictures of faces of our ancestors, which actually once upon a time existed. Yes, they existed because they carved evidence of their existence on these mountains on a megalithic scale. Intelligence. Not just that, people. Mind you, that these creatures, which were reptiles, then became mankind. They had the knowledge to understand how they were created, how to reinvent themselves in evolution, and how to leave a record of it in the mountains. Knowing possibly that sometime in the future that people would try to erase away who they are, where they came from, how they arrived here, and what they were doing. Knowing that there would be a sinister and cunning group of people that would hide from you that reptiles created man, black man, African man, and throughout time, man could have the key to reinvent himself, and which is going on today in ancient rooted religion and ancient rooted royalty. There is a knowledge that we can evolve from who we are into something totally different. And this is the big secret. This is the secret behind those secret societies. This is the secret behind the masonry work of today. Because what's happening here is that Masons have incorporated this into their skills of art, glass experts, carving experts, sculptors. This evidence of who we are, this hidden knowledge, is all been incorporated into their expertise, into their fields of expertise, so they can sell this high-end art, create high-end building structures, dimensional doorways, I call them, with these buildings. All of this information, which is free to you here, that they could not hide because they didn't know about it. Had they would have known about this, people, had they would have known about this would have all been destroyed and leveled, like they tried to destroy the informations that were in Egypt. You know that everything that was out and exposed in Egypt got defaced, got destroyed, vandalized, until we ran across the Valley of the Kings. They couldn't hide that, but then they explained it away as being mythical. That became the next explanation. Our ancestors drew out a complete and true diagram of who they were, who they evolved from, and the creatures that they evolved through. And some of the bloodlines, they showed birds, they show heads of bulls. They're telling you that, they have the DNA of these creatures within them. All ancient rooted creatures that they bridge themselves over with to further themselves away from their African ancestors. And they had the blueprint down there in the Valley of the Kings. And now this explained away of being mythical gods. When this is truth, they're telling you, Egyptians are telling you, they're ancient rooted Egyptians are telling you, say, hey, we were once black. How we became who we are today is that we intervene our genes with that of genes from bulls, from ancient dinosaurs, from lizards, from reptiles, from apes. We bridged ourselves over with the genes with lions, and we reinvented ourselves into a likeness which was different than our predecessors, or those that we came before. You see what I'm saying? So this is what this is all about. That's what these records are all about. How each civilization of people, even the Chinese, the Asians, everybody is showing you how they became the civilization, the culture that they are today, branched off of that of Africans, which Africans came from, I call them genuine black. And then from there, the reptilians. I found, people, the first evidence of our reptilian ancestor. And there she is, right there. I can draw you a perfect face of her from here. I can see all of the creatures that are there. Every creature that is here, I can show you. There are creatures all through here. There's the face of our reptilian woman. Here's a reptilian man here. There's his chin, there's his mouth, and he goes into helmet wear, which is her band of that creature, that two-headed serpent when he goes around, also dubs as his helmet wear. There's his eye. Here's the helmet that comes down over his cheek. Here's his helmet coming over, which is also dubs as her necklace, showing you that he is covenant in her reptilian genes. And there's his chin, there's his shoulder, there's his face right there. Chin, mouth, nose, eye, and this becomes a helmet. And what's amazing is that everything that I'm showing you, you see that almost like a skull, you see it almost reminds me of one of those hats that you pull over your ears that the Russians wear, that each and every one of these designs in this is something that can be seen and found in today. I'm going to leave you with that, people. I'm going to end my video. I don't think I have anything else here to show you. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll put a little bit more in writing. Thank you for being with me here today. If you liked the video, push like. Thank you.